Sego Zawagwego Iohahiio Delisle. Today I would like to thank the community once again for tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've been on Chiefs Uncut, so I would like to just reiterate back to the community that, like I did before on the radio on Tuesday, that it's a very special privilege to be here to speak and addressing various different organizational services as well as high political issues with our community, and again, very thankful for the support in putting me in this position to do that specifically. First, there's 2 points I would like to cover here. Number one, KMHC, our hospital and our clinical services, and the optimization of those specific services here within our own local jurisdiction, our own community hospital. It's a it's a good thing, right? It's very special to have that vital infrastructure running within our jurisdiction. And secondly, which would have been this BC C92, this new bill, this new reading that was read within the provincial federal courts, right? And this is something that was unprecedented. So let's get back into the first discussion, and we'll start with KMHC. So currently right now, our executive director and the team within KMHC has specifically prioritized from the beginning, and this is directly related to the service issues that were captured within the pandemic, right? We were limited staff, limited doctors. So just to reaffirm to the community that our KMHC administration and staff, along with the executive director, has put together a very important composition of doctors. We have currently 9 doctors working within KMHC. We're targeting right now, and our main objective is to target community members that do not have doctors. And the age threshold that we're really looking at is between the ages of 25 to 40 years old. And again, to put some logic behind it, I think it really speaks for our working class community members, right? Because I remember when I was 25 years old, the last thing that I ever thought I needed was to go see a doctor other than when you're sick, right? So it's important. And so community, Kahnawake, let's ask ourselves, ask your children, ask your partners, ask your cousins, your uncles, do you guys have a doctor? Do you have a doctor? If you don't, reach out to KMHC, there's plenty, and we'll get you all set up there. Second, Bill C92, the big unprecedented framework ruling that spoke for jurisdiction, but more importantly, the granted right to legislate, manage, and facilitate organizational process that speaks for our family welfare services for our children. This is very important. Specifically, what's the most important thing is the fact that Quebec, the CAC, had put in a I guess you would say appeals process, 3 appeals on those specifics, arguing that it was a jurisdictional infringement on the Crown's behalf onto them. But secondly, the reiterating back to the public that there is no room for here within Canada for a third order of government, speaking specifically to First Nations in general, right? And again, I would like to remind the community that we're not really interested in a third world of government because we've always been the first order of government here. And our fiduciary obligations and responsibilities that were signed in the past through treaty is with the Crown. And that's very important to know that. And it's very important to speak on that context, right? And reiterate it back into the community so that we remind ourselves every single day that we're not Canadian citizens here. It's only a temporary solution until we fulfill our main objective here, right? To really come to a consensus, collective consensus on that definition in terms of sovereignty, right? So currently right now we're granted the right to exercise self-determination within the scope of the Indian Act through Section 35. And definitely all rights-based issues are pretty much framed through that door, right, that corridor. So C92 speaks for that specifically. It gives us the ability to assert the authority, right? And, you know, also speaking for the fact that Quebec does not have the jurisdiction here. And this is always something that we've always stated from the past. This is something that's been stated by our leaders from the past. More specifically, the questioning of our integrity of our sovereignty will never be negotiated. And this is basically what that pretty much speaks for. And again, it's an unprecedented ruling. And this is all my own personal perspective. We are still waiting on legal to do their forensic analysis on the specific language within that law. And again, reminding community, and this has always been reminded to me from my elder advisors, that, you know, when we're speaking the English language, this language is pretty much very descriptive language, right? Words mean different things, especially when you put words in front of words or at the end of words. So we need to be very careful. So it's very important that we get a legal analyzation of this language so that we can assess it, dissect it, analyze it, and take the pieces that are good for us and then discard the pieces that are not. So this is the process that we're dealing with right now, and legal is doing a great job on it. We're waiting for them to present that, and that's going to be coming early next week. So again, reminding the community, today is February 15th, because I know that Chiefs Uncut will air later on. So just to give the community that transparency that, you know, today is the February 15th, and that the ruling will be presented to our table next week by legal, and stay in tune. And I'm sure Ratsénhaienhs, our Grand Chief, will definitely address the community on the high level political infringements or jurisdictional infringements that we see coming from Canada. There was discussion at our table speaking for, there's, Canada once again overstepping their authority by legislating this law to begin with. We've always maintained the fact that we have the authority over our children, right? And that's important. So again, I would like to thank the community for tuning in, and be expecting another summary and by our Grand Chief and table on the specifics of Bill C-92, but it is definitely good. It's a recognition once again, and I guess this is part of the reconciliation process that's rolling out right now, right? So it's important to know that. That would be it. I would like to end my Chiefs Uncut with a thank you very much, Yawagoa, and I'll see you soon. Yawagoa.